Good evening, viewers, and welcome to Calypso Showcase. Tonight, our guest is Sedley Joseph. He goes by the sobriquet, the Penguin. Is it the mighty Penguin or just the Penguin?
Just Penguin.
Just Penguin. And he's a teacher, Calypsonian. And we want to welcome you, Sedley, to tonight's program.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here. And good night, Trinidad and Tobago.
The name Penguin, how did it come about? What's the story behind the Calypso name Penguin?
Penguin was named not because of Batman's penguin, not because of the penguin in the North or the South Pole, but the name came because of my affinity with literature. And you would know that a Penguin paperback is the hallmark of excellence. You don't have to read the book to know it's going to be good. As long as it says Penguin,
you know it's a good book.
Top class.
Amazing. I never would have guessed that. Interesting. Tell me something, though. As a teacher and a Calypsonian, have you ever been able to find ways that you could use Calypso as a teaching tool?
Not often enough, but it isn't that Calypso cannot be used as a teaching tool. I can think of many instances in history, for instance. You read the history book 20, 30, 40 years after, and it is colored by what the historian thinks, his feelings about it. It is colored by all the years that have intervened since he wrote the book. If you listen to the Calypso of the time, you know exactly what happened, how people felt about it. For instance, if you listen to Sparrow's Federation now, you know what caused the Federation to break up. Right? You know how people felt about the breaking up of the Federation. 20, 30 years from now, you listen to the Calypsos about the attempted coup. Right? And again, you get a very accurate insight as to what happened, how people felt about it. Our Calypso is also very, very good for the teaching of values in school. Right? There are a number of Calypsos which give very positive messages. Right? Right now, there are a number of Calypsos on the drug menace, for instance, right? That teachers can use in schools to bring forcibly to the minds of the children the dangers of drugs. Right? We have Calypsos on AIDS and a whole number of other very, very positive things, that can be used, Calypso can be used for as a teaching medium.
What school do you teach?
Moncton Junior Secondary.
In your interplay with children, do you find that there is a resistance towards the art form of Calypso? And if there is, what do you think can be done to improve that?
The resistance is there. The resistance is there because children do not hear enough Calypsos. It's interesting that you should ask that question. That I was doing a lecture with one of the White-Up classes just about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And I put the question to them, why is it that young people put up this barrier where Calypso is concerned? And they told me the problem with Calypso is that Calypso is seasonal music. It's for one time of the year. Mm-hmm. Right? So they like Calypso at that time. Right? But the other kind of music, they get all the time. Right? So they know that is music that is supposed to like all the time. So they like it all the time. And they like ISO for Carnival.
Well, I was amazed to see your son with a big trophy at home, which he had won at a Calypso competition at his school. Rosary Boys, I would say.
Yeah, they tell me he's going to be better than I am.
Did you lead him into that direction, or was it something he gravitated to on his own?
Oh, well, they say that the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree. And he has an aptitude for it. He hasn't gotten into serious composing as yet. He does tries a little extempo and a little 2 lines here and there. But how the old people say, you have the gam. He has it, This year, for the first time, I tried him in the national calypso competition, and just by he didn't make it to the finals. He was first reserve for the national calypso finals. He told me he's ready for them next year again. So
that's encouraging. Well, tonight we want to look at the calypso career of the Penguin, Sedley Joseph. We will take a commercial break, and when we come back, we look at a pre-edited video we did at his home.
Calypso came first, yeah.
Tell me about your early years, when you were a youth, teenager. What interplay did you have with calypso?
I think I've always had a facility with words, and this manifested itself in various ways. I would write short stories, I would write poems, I would write songs, right? And I graduated to calypso. Because I honestly believe that calypso is the highest form of expression in the short genre. Right? I'm speaking in terms of like short story and poetry and so on. I think calypso is at the pinnacle because you need to do so many things with a calypso. You don't just have to tell a story, you have to evoke emotions, you've got to give a mental picture, you've got to do so many things, and you need to have a melody.
Well, this is the next point I was coming to. When did your poetry start to, let us say, gel with a melody to get that bridge that was needed to get into calypso?
I remember the first calypso I wrote. It was something to do with the elections of 1956. I started very, very early.
Because as far as we know, your career started somewhere around 79, your professional career.
Yeah,
so we're talking,
I'm talking about
playing with words and melodies and so on.
That calypso, how did it go? Every cause much confusion in the last general election. Money beat up the PDP and left no seats for DPO, PPG. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
remember that PPG got no seats at all.
Were you actually singing for like a specific?
No. I was just writing for the love of writing. I would write these types of things and I would sing them at home and so on, I just got pleasure out of it. The first time I stepped on a stage was 1971. That was the year when Valentino had that massive hit, No Revolution. Dr. William, no, we didn't want no revolution.
Right.
I did a stint at Kitchener. I think that wasn't a big hit, there was no grants or anything, but it was good enough to see me through the calypso season.
What was the tune that you sang?
I sang something called Sugar. Trinidad is famous for its calypso. People also know us for its sweet limbo, but what make we superior? And you don't hear about it at all. We have so much sugar, we could make you ball. Now if a woman could cook like spice, sugar in she hand. And if your peas and corn grow up nice, sugar in the land. If a fella like sweet food, sugar in taste. And if a woman could move good, sugar in she waist.
As you started singing, the memory of it came back, It was amazing. But I didn't even associate you with being the Calypsonian that I know today, the Penguin.
Yes,
Were you singing under the sobriquet Penguin at that time?
Yes, I was,
Mm-hmm.
And
what happened after that?
After that first year with Kitchener, I stayed away for a very, very, very long time. And each time the boys saw me, they would tell me, what is that man, Penquin? Come back and do thing now. You could make, we need young people in Kai, so come and sing. I remember Valentino and Superior particularly kept telling me, come back, come back, come back. And I did go back in 1975. I went back in 1975 and I made my first semi-final in 1975.
Is that right?
I did something called Wishbone, and the other tune was Seasons. Get me a wishbone, even from a fish. Bring me a wishbone, let me make a wish. Because I notice something each time election coming, that we poor people who does always scrunt could get anything we want. So I wish election come every month. Then we could get interview with Prime Minister, from TV announcer like you down to taxi driver. And though he deaf whole 4 years, talk up and afraid. Is election time, he put on his hearing aid. Of course, those were the days of the old doctor,
Yes.
And I did that, and it went on very, very beautifully for the season. I did that, and I did Seasons. Well, all my friends, them want me leave this country to come and join them in America. They say in case the USA does suit me, jump in a Greyhound to Canada, but not me do. The seasons too few for stupid seasons, and they done. While in Trinidad, we have seasons like we mad. One season coming before one gone. And where we have is Calypso season, Mosquito season, Shango season, even Pomsy they have a season. And in kitchen, night and morning, time and sight, always season in.
You always had this ability to use a word and play on its double meaning.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I really, really enjoy it, right?
Do you think that your teaching side of you helped you with the lyrical content of your calypsos?
I can't say so, right? Because there are so many teachers who do not have the ability to write calypso, right? So I think it is more my gift, right? The thing that, because I believe that everybody, nature blesses every individual with a particular gift, right? And it so happens that my gift is this ability to put words and melodies together.
And play with the double meanings sometimes of words. Well, let's talk about 1979, because to many people, that was the year that the Calypsonian Penguin made some sort of impact on them. And I distinctly remember 79 semi-finals with you with a fat cap on, singing TUCO Poops.
And TUCO Poops was big. It wasn't massive big, but it was big enough to put me on the Calypso map.
For the benefit of those who may have forgotten, I'd like you to give me a verse and chorus of TUCO Poops.
Get your hammers and your pliers, rip down every phone you see. Sunday morning, we'll go marching with phones waving while we sing. Telco poops, telco poops, telco all you ever are poops. And we march today cause we want to say telco poops, telco poops away.
Well, the following year, Look the Devil Day was a monster
Right,
hit.
yes.
And I want you to tell me about the formation of Look the Devil Day and how that season felt for you.
Look the Devil Day. I think it's one of the calypso that I've spent most time in writing. In that I wanted everything to be so perfect for it.
Mm-hmm.
I rewrote that melody about 4 or 5 times, and each time I found the melody was too nice. I didn't want a nice melody.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted a rough melody.
Symbolically to
yes, devil. Right? Until eventually I got the kind of melody that I wanted, right? And I sat down, I worked the arrangement, I worked out the arrangement down to the last detail, and I had everything down on the tape recorder, and then I took it to my arranger. I said, okay, Pelham, this is it. Do it so for me. Where the devil day, where the devil day, where the devil day, where the devil day. So you pray Satan, that mysterious man, and you keep saying, in hell he living. It's time you know you're thinking wrong. Devil was so all over town. You pray the devil, you pray the bad. Well, look the devil right in your yard, and he grinning while you say grace, shaking up the killing people's face. When the devil day, when the devil day, look the devil day.
2 years later, you were able to actually bring home the bacon with the Deputy Essential, a tune that is very close to everyone's heart.
Why not everybody,
Not the
wives. Not everybody at all, But seriously, that was the album. Oh yes, that was the first full-length album that we did, right? And Deputy was not earmarked for a road march. Sheriff have their deputy, President does have one too, some in each big company. So we're wrong with me and you. We have to hustle, we have to struggle, so every man and woman deserve a helping hand. A deputy is essential to keep you living vital. If boredom is a threat or you start to regret, a deputy is what you must get. No sweat. It's been a beautiful calypso. It is a beautiful calypso, and
it upset Super Blues' attempt at a hat trick too.
Yeah, but you know much time blues keep me out of the road, man. No, we had a thing that each time blues won, right? I came second.
Yes.
And the thing is that he kept winning all the time.
But what was nice too is that the other tune that you put together with that Betty Goatee.
Betty Goatee.
Lovely little tune. Betty Goatee. I want to talk about the lyrics of that tune.
Betty Goatee was the tune that I wanted to push that year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because That is me, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is Penquin, right? And Eric Williams had just died, and I knew that everybody going to sing Eric Williams Calypso. And normally I would have stayed away from it. Right? But then I said, no, do it. Right? But make sure you do it differently.
I ruled this country 25 years. Sweat and tears. Not then if I night bread. Pressure till I dead. But though me ashes drop, you tell them me spirit still on top. Betty, Betty, Goldie are doing well. It's them in hell. Betty, Goldie, tell all them cross. It's them who lost. Who I blank in the lifetime, I blank in them in death. Even if you is widow, nothing you wouldn't get. Betty Goatee, I just watching and laughing. Oh, 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 Betty Goatee, do.